Welcome, everybody, to another episode of D-Town TV, the free show for DSLR shooters. My name is RC, and I'm here with my friend, Mr. Larry Becker. What's going on, Larry?
Hey, RC, I have a tip to start with, and I'm going to go through this really quick because we have a middle segment of the show that's going to take a little time. It's about light painting, but right now I want to show you a quick tip. And I did this on my, my blog, and I've got some updates to it. So this is my light stand, and it looks like every other light stand around here, and trust me, with what, 6, 8 regular photographers and tons of lighting gear, mine gets mixed up with everybody else's, but I always know mine because of this. It's got this little orange thing, and in fact, it's just orange duct tape. You can get this at Walmart or Staples. They have the different colored duct tape and stuff like that. Since I did this and showed it on my blog, people are saying, well, Larry, you know, they actually make reflector tape in lots of different colors. You do have to mail order it. I haven't found a place except you can get red reflector tape just about everywhere, but everybody would have it. So you can get like yellow and green and the flame orange. And the reason for reflector tape is, like, if you're out shooting at night and you happen to leave your tripod somewhere on the Great Plains and you walk away from it, you can shoot a flashlight back at it and find it pretty quick. So that's a cool idea. The other thing is, this is not great in the heat of Central Florida where we live, so you probably want to go ahead and order some fluorescent orange gaffer's tape, because it's going to stand up to more heat and
humidity.
It'll last
more industrial
longer.
Strength.
It'll last longer and not have that goopy, gooey kind of tape thing going on. That's my tip. Keep track of your gear. Get your own custom color of bright green or bright orange gaffer's tape, or a pair of colors, you know, like green and orange on your stuff. And that way you can keep track of where your stuff is.
Nice.
We got to run to a break, and when we come back,
we got a little light painting action, so you can kind of take a look at something with an iPad app and hopefully be encouraged to be able to visit the Kelby training site. Stick around.
Hey, I'm Jeremy Cower, and I hope you will check out my new class at kelbytraining.com. We talked a lot about locations and making the most of one location without having to go drive around to multiple places. We made maximum use of very simple setups, making the most of a very simple location. We only used one light. Several setups from the same location. I think you're going to learn a lot of cool stuff using minimal lighting, minimal locations with maximum output. So hope you enjoy the new class at kelbytraining.com.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. You know, this whole thing, this craziness would not be possible without our friends at Kelby Training at kelbytraining.com. And there are a ton of cool classes there. You've got classes there. I've got a couple classes there. But what we're going to do for this Halloween special episode is something that features a technique. Well, it's kind of parallel to a technique taught by Dave Black. His stuff is way better than what we're about to do.
I was going to say, if you want to be able to, please do not judge what it is that we're going to do here on what's going to be on Kelby Training.
But the concept.
The concept is here.
Yeah.
Dave Black is phenomenal. He's a master at this stuff. And if you take a look at some of his work that he's doing on the light painting side, it's just absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah.
So make sure you take a look at kelbytraining.com to be able to find all of those classes, as well as specifically what we're doing here with light painting. Now, take a look at this. This is a concept in light painting, right? And actually, I can't take credit for this. This is actually our producer, Jen, who came over and said, hey, listen, I got an idea for Halloween. This is what I want to do. I want to do light painting. And I'm grumbling through the entire thing. I'm just like, rugga. And then she shows me this, and I'm like,
that's cool.
Okay, this could be cool. We can do this. So I'm really, really excited about this. But the concept is this. When you're working with light painting, what happens is you have no light at all, nowhere. You turn everything off, and then what you do is you open the shutter of your camera for a predetermined amount of time, and then you use a light and you paint into the specific areas that you want to be able to do. Well, Jen was sitting around and thinking about it, and she said, well, how do we actually demonstrate this live in a show? and she came up with this cool idea. There's this app on the iTunes store that's called, on the App Store, called Magic Shutter. We have it installed here. That's in fact what you see. This is her iPad. We have a piece of software, and a throwback to something that I talked about with Manfrotto. One of my favorite accessories of all time is this Magic Arm. This thing comes with me everywhere because it allows me to be able to put my ball head, I can grip it to whatever it is that I want to do. Some of the best shots that I got from the top of the Empire State Building,
right, I saw that.
I got with this thing. It's not a tripod, so I can use it. But, so I was sitting around and I'm like, all right, we'll take this. This is a Justin clamp. We'll go ahead and we'll put all of these parts on. Everybody should own a Justin clamp. We'll talk about the Justin clamp later. But anyway, so it's holding on to this, and we have this Magic Shutter app running on this. Do you need to do this with a Magic Shutter app? No, you can do this with your regular DSLR camera, and that's what Dave Black does and makes it do phenomenal. This is just an example.
And by the way, just real quick, this is running on the iPad because that's how we can do video feed so that you guys can see the actual technique. The iPad camera just is not a good camera.
No, not a good camera for this. However, this is the iPhone 4S that I just finished getting. So I'm really excited with it. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Great camera.
So what I started doing is I started using the Magic Shutter app with this eye stabilizer. So here, I'll just go ahead and I'll put this over here so you can take a look. So now I have this eye stabilizer using this Magic Shutter app, and together, now I can use the iPhone's camera with all of that kind of stuff. So I think that this is pretty cool. Like my case?
Yeah,
nice case. I'll talk about that later. But anyway, so that's how we have all of this stuff. So we're going to actually be doing this with this. So in order for us to be able to do this, we need all the lights out. So Jen, help us with the lights here.
Okay.
Wow, that's pretty good. All right, so now we're ready. Where's my trusty light source? We have this really small light source. Right? Pete came up with this, I think.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool. Now watch this. If I go over here and I paint, you see how you see the light source right there? Turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. So this is the concept. The concept is we set this. Now, I'm still kind of working my way through this Magic Shutter app, but I know this. If I hit the setting thing here, it's showing me that you can use a predetermined amount of time, much like you could in a shutter. You throw in bulb mode and you leave it on for a certain amount of time. For me, I'm going to leave this on for 8 seconds. Now, once I have 8 seconds set, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the shoot button. Now watch this. I'm going to hit shoot. 1, 8, so it's counting 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We did nothing. Now let's go ahead and try this. I'm going to go ahead and just one more time, just because I'm just a little nervous about this. I'm going to sure take a new one, make sure that we're still at 8 seconds. Okay, it looks good. Now, when I hit shoot, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this light and I'm going to focus this light only on specific portions. So I'm just going to paint in a specific area. What you're going to see is, as I do that, the cool thing about the Magic Shutter is that it shows you a little preview over in the corner of what it's actually going to look like. So I hit shoot, watch. Here we go. Paint, paint. One there, one there, one there.
Cool.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Now watch this. Now that I know where my light is, I can go ahead and I can try this again. Shoot. Paint right there, paint right there, paint. A little more. Cool. Let's go ahead and do it one more time. Oh, actually, it'll just do it right on top of it, right? So I'm just going to retake a new one. Now this time, just right there, right there, right there.
Very cool.
Right. Now, this is, let's go ahead and get the lights. But this is a very, it's a very low-tech solution because the camera that we have for this is actually very, very low-tech. But, whoa. But it's actually pretty cool in that if you turn everything off and you have the shutter rolling, you can do really interesting things by painting on your subjects or even lighting coming back to be able to do stuff.
You know, one of the things that people need to know is there are actually two aspects to light painting, and one of them is select an object like we've done. Point at an object, leave your shutter open, and then paint that object with light. And one of the other things you'll see people do is use a flashlight and point it back at the camera. Usually it's done at a pretty good distance, and you stand back from the camera and you paint with a light, like pointed right at the camera, and you paint shapes in the air. Now you need to make sure that you have some kind of diffusion dome on the tip of the light source, because cameras will have flare if you point a light straight at them. But there's two kinds of light painting, and you'll see all that in Dave's class.
Yeah, and that's one of those things where it's just like when it's done beautifully, it's a great, great, great tip.
Yeah.
So let's get into this. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about our sponsors. We want to be able to talk about a website to watch and a contest. Make sure you stick around.
Hi guys, welcome at Kelby Training. I'm Frank Doroff and today we're going to freeze motion. This is my model. Hi Dallas. Hi. And let's make a jump. 1, 2, 3. And if you want to know how to freeze action, you really have to watch this class. And we're not only freezing models like Dallas, no, we're going out to a BMX track.
Welcome back, everybody. We are back with RC now. That was a cool demo on the light painting, but you also have a great website that you're going to tell everybody about that has to do with light painting.
That's right. That's going to be the websites for you to be able to watch. One of my favorite pictures of all time, I think the guy's name is Guillaume Milly, who's done a picture of Pablo Picasso. And Pablo Picasso, the painter, a lot of the times you see people kind of painting on a wall and you see a lot of Picasso's artwork, but you never really see kind of the theoretical of Picasso's work. So take a look at this. This is the first website. It's graphart.eu. And in here, he's got an article of Picasso doing light paintings. So it's kind of an interesting angle on how he does this. So there's Guillaume Milly. That's a series of different light paintings that he had done. And probably the most famous one of all is this one.
That is so cool.
So it's just a phenomenal way to be able to see kind of an artist come up with something out of thin air and still be able to see the manifestation of it on an actual frame. This is the thing that I get really excited about in photography. It's just moving those two mediums to be able to do something. So one of my all-time favorite pictures, that's the website to watch. We'll also make sure that we go ahead and we put the Life website, because the Life has a great website where they have a lot of these types of pictures for inspiration. So take a look at those. You're gonna have fun.
That is very cool, RC.
Isn't it great? Dude, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. But it's contest time.
Yep, we got giveaways, and you know how this works. You go to the D-Town website, which is at kelbytv.com/DTownTV, and leave a comment. Tell us about the show. Tell us why light painting is the greatest thing ever, or why it's terrible, or why you like the show, or why you don't like the show, or what you want to see in the show. Let us know. Just talk about something that we need to read about, and you will be eligible for the contest this week. And we're giving away this without this.
Yeah, no, you don't want to give away this. Now, you guys are going to ask, right? So I just finished moving over to the iPhones. I'm going to just do that real quick. This is an element case. It's over here over at elementcase.com. This is like an aluminum case with a suede back.
There are several of these that are around in the office, and everybody's like, wow, they really put a lot into those.
So that's what that is. This is an element case. This is a suede back. This is aluminum. It's got a protector case. They're really, really nice. They come in a nice box. We'll get and we'll put the link on. But we're not giving that away.
No, just
this is mine, baby.
Yeah.
This is the Element Black Ops case. It's actually called Black Ops. But when we were talking about light painting, tripod, absolutely important. Now that you're doing video,
right?
Absolutely important. This isn't an iPhone case. This is for iPhone, Android. It works for all sorts of things. And one of the things that you need to be able to keep in mind with this eye stabilizer is this. The legs articulate. So you can actually hang this and put this on
branches,
places.
on poles. Yeah,
you know, so you can get some really, really interesting things. I'm really enjoying this. So thanks to the folks over at Eye Stabilizer, we're going to give away one of these things to you. So I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving mine. So I do that all the time. I'm like running around and I'm like, all right, where do I put it now? Where do I put it now?
Very cool. Well, we hope you enjoyed this special Halloween episode. Be safe out there this Halloween. Have fun, and we'll see you again next week. Until then, he's RC.
And this is Larry Becker, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.